Here in Iowa, the Iowa Supreme Court ruled 4-3 to lift an injunction against the implementation of a fetal heartbeat ban on abortion that was passed by Kim Reynolds and the Republican-controlled Iowa legislature. That replaced the previous 20-week ban that had been in place prior to the falling of Roe. Basically, this does allow for some exceptions. It does allow for, the rape, incest, or the life of the mother. However, this fetal heartbeat bill really only applies as for when the mother's life is in danger, like she is going to die. It specifically says it does not apply if it could, if continuing the pregnancy could cause a injury to another bodily function. Now, I'm probably getting the wording slightly wrong there, but the article I read kind of summed it up, basically saying, oh, well, by continuing this pregnancy, you might lose a limb. Oh, well. You might need a hysterectomy afterward. Oh, well. It might cause any other damage to the pregnant person. Oh, well. As long as you are not at death's door, that exception does not apply. Iowans need to remember this when we go to the polls in November. I believe this is a year when we would have some Supreme Court justices up for election in Iowa. The governor appoints the justices, but every so many years they are up for a retention vote. And you can vote them out at the ballot box. And the governor would get to appoint new ones, obviously, and that doesn't, with the consent of the legislature. If Iowans show up and vote blue and flip Iowa blue, at least in the legislature, and kick out some of these justices, maybe we have a chance at getting some normalcy back in our Supreme Court. For those in Iowa, also remember, we have 7 Supreme Court justices. 5 of them have been appointed by Kim Reynolds. The other 2 were appointed by Terry Branstad. A Democrat has not appointed a Supreme Court justice in Iowa that is currently on the bench. There are no liberal-leaning justices on the Iowa Supreme Court. Now, if we flip the State House blue and the legislature blue, when Kim Reynolds goes to appoint her justices for the Iowa Supreme Court, she would have to pick more moderates. If we let the Republicans in control, she can put just as harsh conservatives back on the bench, and we won't change anything. We need to remember in November, just as important as it is to flip, the House and the Senate nationally and give Joe Biden the presidency, we need to get out, do the work, flip a bunch of these red states or red-leaning states like Iowa, because Iowa used to be kind of purple. We need to flip them back, flip them blue, and show these Republicans that we're not going to put up with their vision for America any longer.